Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a really hard look at the exhausting burden of modern hustle culture. You know that endless, crushing pressure to care about absolutely everything? If you feel like your mental bandwidth is just constantly maxed out, you are definitely not alone. Okay, let's dive into this. I really want you to ask yourself right now, why are you exhausted all the time? Seriously, why? Because for most of us, it isn't physical labor that's wiping us out. Not at all. It's the fact that we're chronically burned out from carrying unnecessary worries, trying to control every little thing, and constantly overthinking. We're trapped in this endless cycle of seeking validation from the outside world. And here's the harsh truth. Treating life like a popularity contest is literally draining the energy right out of you. Now sure, we're wired to want status, we want to impress others. That's just human nature. But chasing that external status and trying to please everyone, that is the absolute root cause of your mental overload. You're sacrificing your own peace to win a game that, honestly, doesn't even have a finish line. To help us untangle this mess, we're drawing on the insights of someone who struck a massive nerve with this exact topic. 16 million. Let that sink in. That is the staggering number of copies sold of Mark Manson's smash hit book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. His counterintuitive approach to living a good life has resonated with millions, precisely because we're all suffocating under the weight of caring way too much. Section 1. The people-pleasing trap. So when you seek external validation, you aren't just trying to be nice. You're basically purchasing a one-way ticket to anxiety, fear of judgment, chronic overthinking, and total mental overload. Manson himself talked about his early 20s, desperately seeking validation, trying to be the cool guy just to mask his insecurities. But all that people-pleasing does is build this massive wall of mental clutter that blocks you from actually enjoying your life. If you're feeling the heavy weight of that fear of judgment, consider this slightly dark, but honestly incredibly liberating thought from the writer David Foster Wallace. He said, "You'll stop worrying so much what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do." It's so true, right? Everyone is so busy worrying about their own insecurities that they aren't actually scrutinizing your every move. So you can drop the act.
Part 2. Chasing highs isn't happiness.
And this brilliantly illustrates a mistake we constantly make. We mistake highs for happiness. Highs, like buying a new Lamborghini, pulling off a massive product launch, or getting a highly liked post from some exotic beach, those are fleeting, they're addictive, and they're entirely external. Happiness, as Manson points out, is almost the exact inversion of that. True happiness is often boring. It's sustainable. It's internal. It's the quiet satisfaction of just sitting on the couch with someone you care about and not needing to say a single word. But here's the real danger of confusing the two: diminishing returns. The exhausting cycle of addiction to highs means that the more you get, the more you need just to feel the exact same baseline thrill. Think about it. If you've never left your hometown, your first trip abroad is literally life-changing. But by your 51st country, you're probably just complaining about the taxi driver. The treadmill of chasing highs will eventually run you straight into the ground. Number 3, the cost of expectations. There's this crucial equation that we mess up constantly. Happiness equals reality minus expectations. It's so unbelievably simple. Yet if you have outsized, irrational expectations for yourself, like expecting perfection, expecting everyone to love you, expecting to never ever fail, you are engineering your own misery. Your outsized expectations are the primary fuel for your modern anxiety. So, I want you to pause and reflect on this question for a moment. Are your expectations robbing you of your freedom? Are the standards you've arbitrarily accepted from social media or just society in general locking you in a self-imposed mental prison? Because look, if you expect life to be a flawless Disney movie, every minor bump in the road is going to feel like a devastating tragedy. Section 4. The power of saying no. Manson has this incredibly tactical framework for this, called the fuck yes or no rule. It's brilliant. Step 1, evaluate the opportunity. Step 2, ask yourself if you are an absolute fuck yes about it. Step 3, if you are not entirely all in, the answer is an automatic no. This is exactly how you stop living for other people. You decline unwanted obligations by explaining you just don't have the bandwidth to give it the full energy it deserves. It's polite, it establishes firm boundaries, and it's completely liberating. Part 5. Fault versus responsibility. We really need to dismantle the modern victimhood Olympics. We tend to fuse these two words together, but they are very, very different. Fault is in the past. It's often totally out of your control. Bad things happen that are absolutely not your fault. But responsibility, that is in the present and it is entirely in your control. Now, what's really interesting about this idea is that you cannot fix a problem just by pointing out you didn't cause it. Manson uses a vivid, unforgettable analogy to make this point. Imagine someone leaves a baby on your doorstep. Now, it is certainly not your fault that a baby is on your doorstep. You didn't put it there, but it is 100% your responsibility to deal with it. You can't just shut the door and ignore it. Refusing to take responsibility for your life, even the parts that aren't your fault, literally strips you of your power to improve it. Finally, number 6, choose what truly matters. So the crucial point is this. Most people aren't suffering because life is hard. They're suffering because they're giving their attention, energy, and emotions to things that don't deserve them. You have a finite amount of emotional energy. When you choose to stop caring about the trivial stuff, the uncontrollable things, and the opinions of absolute strangers, you suddenly free up your bandwidth to care deeply about the few things that actually matter. Ultimately, you get to choose your struggles. So, are you going to keep running yourself into the ground for things that don't deserve your energy? Or are you going to take your mind back? Think about it. If you want to keep breaking down complex, life-changing ideas like this one with us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.